Hey, Jeremy Osterberger here with BIC Magazine. I'm with Dave Morgan. Dave is Senior Vice President of Polymers and Specialties at Chevron Phillips Chemical. Dave just got off the stage at the Gulf Coast Industry Forum here in Pasadena. He was a keynote speaker. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
Good to see you.
You as well. Thank you.
So, Dave, in your presentation, you talked about 325 chemical projects happening across the U.S. You mentioned about half of those are completed or near completion, and another half are set or planned to go into construction. Talk about that second wave. All of our audience wants to hear about that.
Well, in total, it's about $200 billion worth of investment. And so we're very excited about the second wave. Really, what enables it is the continued development and exploration of shale gas and energy, both oil and natural gas. And that's driving the second wave. So the second wave is created because there continues to be tremendous demand for chemicals, petrochemicals, polymers around the world, all that driven by the growing middle class. So back in 2016, the global middle class was about 3.2 billion. By 2030, it's going to be 5.2 billion. So according to the Brookings Institute, it's the fastest growth of middle class we've seen. And so with middle class, people are able to have the affordability for things they didn't have before, such as shampoos and personal care items, even dishwashers, laundry detergents, things of that nature, and even cars that have a lot of plastics and paints and chemicals in them. So this growing middle class worldwide is really driving it, but 88% of the next billion people out of that middle class are going to be in Asia. So a lot of what we're doing here is producing products that are very affordable to people not only here in North America, but throughout the world.
So Dave, CP Chem has a major role in some of that investment. I want to get into the company's investment recently, $6 billion invested. Can you tell us about that project? You mentioned it in your presentation.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful project. We started back in 2011. We came out, if you remember back in that time, a lot of the shale discoveries and fracking were in their infancy.
That's right.
And Chevron Phillips was the first one to come out and say, we believe this is a long-term viable opportunity for us and our industry. So we were the first to announce that we're going to put $6 billion into a project. We had been building projects for several years in other areas that have abundant feedstock, namely the Middle East. And then when we saw the feedstock here in our own backyard, we're like, we can't pass this opportunity up. So we built an ethylene cracker, one of the world's largest, if not the world's largest, 3.3 billion pounds a year. We used our MarTech technology to build 2 advanced polyethylene units, each of 1.1 billion pounds a year. And those units supply polymers around the world.
And those units are in Old Ocean, Texas.
That's in Old Ocean, yeah. So the ethylene unit is in Baytown, Texas. The polymers units are in Old Ocean, Texas. And to give you an idea of the scale of these, we purchased 2,700 rail cars just in order to move this product around, not only within the U.S., but also get it to ports where we can export it to overseas markets.
And of course, those are some of the key advantages here in the Gulf Coast we have to execute these projects and provide the export.
Absolutely.
Well, Dave, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for visiting with BIC Magazine.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Great to see you.